Hey guys, I'm Abby, this is Tuesday, and we are the Wandering Monarchy. So, Matt's with me again today, and we are talking about characters, specifically villains, and some of our favourite characters to play in Dungeons and Dragons.
Quite.
I've always found villainous characters to be a lot more interesting than their heroic counterparts, because heroes are often...
What are you going to do today, Batman? Justice! What do you hate? Injustice!
Heroes are always too sort of clean cut, you know? They're perfect.
Or as close to...
As close to perfect as a character in that universe can be, you know? Everyone supports them. They're doing things for good reasons.
Justice.
Whereas villains are more interesting because they could have any number of reasons as to why they are who they are. I just meant underdeveloped in the sense of the hero genre is very much they catch the villains because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Villains could be anything. Villains
can have any number of motives for wanting to be evil. One of my pet peeves is when medias or fiction get villains very, very wrong. Or, especially in films, when they take a villain that was done well in comics or done well in a graphic novel or even just a book, and they fuck it up royal.
Make them non-threatening.
Yeah.
Any examples of that?
Oh, Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four films. I mean, Doctor Doom was one of them. Well, he was one of the bad guys in Iron Man. Fantastic Four. I can't remember.
See, in that film, I thought he started out fairly good.
Yeah.
You know, he looked as if they were going to build him up and make him really threatening. But what they kind of did was, in his big sort of evil bad guy moment, he was just standing there,
getting his ass kicked.
And they fucked him up in a second.
He was voted like 16 on the top 100 villains of all, comic book villains of all time or something.
No, really didn't come across in the film.
Nah. No, I'd say that to make a good villain, all you have to do is take something about yourself or a friend or anything, like an opinion they have, and make the villain an extremist of that opinion. For example, Poison Ivy is just a Greenpeace extremist. I mean, the Joker isn't just an anarchist. He's an extremist anarchist.
It makes things a lot more believable when they have something sort of everyday about them that's been exaggerated, rather than just I am evil
because I am evil.
Yeah.
You know. Well, on the subject of villains, whenever I play D&D and I'm not the dungeon master, I usually play either an evil character or a villain character. I basically ripped everything complicated out of D&D and made it very much for a casual sort of role-playing feel rather than, hang on a minute, I can't remember what this spell does, I'll need to go and get the 5th rulebook out of my cabinet.
When we play D&D, we usually just use D20 and the ability to improvise. I often find with D&D, obviously, you're playing that character, so everything about that character becomes a lot more personal and sort of they become a part of you because they are a part of you.
You can make a D&D character and you can turn around and go, well, I want him to be a witch hunter and I want him to be really self-righteous and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all that might be nothing like you, but their personality will be a part of you somewhere because unless you're a very, very experienced role player, you will have difficulties role-playing a character that is nothing like you.
So yeah, one character who's been with me for a few months now, I've really started to love. His name's Flint Lockhart, and
he uses flintlocks.
He's a gunslinger. I know it's a cheesy name, but I think it's good. He's a traveller. The campaign we play is in a pirate setting. It's a bit like One Piece, if you've ever seen that. Lockhart is my favourite character of mine, which sounds...
It's not.
He's a good guy. He's, you know, sort of small town boy goes out, seeks
Just
adventure.
a small town girl on a Saturday night.
I thought that was going to be Journey that you're referring to.
No.
Well, you stray away from the obvious joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's done quite a lot of cool things.
He's blue.
He got turned blue once, but that's been fixed. He lost an ear, got a tattoo, found a dragon, hired some whores, saved a man, killed a man.
Yeah. Helped fight Kraken, pirate ship of vampires, stuff. Unleashed demons by accident. Which
we don't
very
talk
funny.
about that.
No, Vincent Whitecastle is a character I've had for about 2 years now. And the character I had before him was Wicker Whitecastle, who I'd had for about 3 years. Vincent Whitecastle is currently my favourite character. He's a villainous character that obviously doesn't believe he is a villain, but believes that sometimes you have to do bad things for good reasons. And he's very much of the belief that kings and noblemen and stuff, noblemen rather, that are corrupt, you know, should be dealt with accordingly, because it's a World of Warcraft sort of setting. And I remember one of the quotes I had for him was, usually when I get new trainees for the guild or whatever, he would say, kings and noblemen pay for protection from the law, but they can't pay for protection from me. And he's that sort of, I will go above and beyond the law to protect and serve the innocent, but he also has a few screws loose, so if an innocent was to disrespect him in any way, he'd probably just be like, you're guilty of something, kills, you know. Well, Vincent Whitecastle is also a cannibal. He eats the hearts of his fallen enemies to
And he
gain their
still
strength.
doesn't think he's a bad guy. So, I think that's everything we have to say for now. We'll see you next week.
Bye! Yeah. Oh, look, a baby! You know.